during the live, so it's always a good time. For the one person who's watching me on YouTube, give it a second and I will start answering questions. All right, we got a lot of people. Hi, grateful for another live. Thank you. I'm grateful to be here. So my intention for this live is that we're going to have some transformations. Last time it was popping. We had a great live, a lot of great questions, a lot of great realizations. So there's two methods that I'll give to you. So for you who's watching on YouTube live, the first method is the glass of water technique by Jose Silva. So he says, before sleeping, get a cup and fill it with water. I don't have a cup by me. And you take the cup that you filled with water and you think of something that you have an issue with. For example, someone says weight loss. So you tell yourself before going to sleep, you say, this is all I need to do to find the answer to the question I have in mind, and drink half the water. Then he says, when you wake up in the morning, he said either you'll have a dream during the night of what your answer is, or you'll wake up with an answer to your question. Or the third thing that'll happen is when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself again, this is all I need to do to find the solution to the problem I have in mind, and drink the rest of the water. And he said within 3 days, you should get the answer to your question, because you're giving your subconscious an idea before you go to sleep, and it's going to work on it for the next 8 to 10 hours to bring it about in your life. So that's an easy way to use water to make your manifestations happen. For the person who asked me about weight loss, first, you can go on YouTube and type in YouTube, Tony Namey, best shape of your life. So again, Tony Namey, best shape of your life. We'll give to your subconscious an idea of you being the weight that you want, being the size that you want, and then we'll give it a bunch of positive ideas about what to eat, how to exercise. We'll choose the best form of exercise for you, and we'll program it in your subconscious, because your subconscious controls your beliefs, your habits, and your bodily functions. And so we'll program you for success, for weight loss, because you don't want to try to have to rely on willpower, trying to force yourself to go to the gym every day. You want to use your imagination, because your subconscious responds to the images you show it. And so I'll just walk you through the A to Z on it. That's one. Two, every day, show yourself images of you being who you want to be. So in the first person. So see your body is healthy. See yourself looking in the mirror and feeling great. And then use affirmations to further enhance that. For example, I feel strong and alive at 175, or I feel so slim and great at 138. When you make it a jingle, it's easier for your subconscious to remember. So let me know if that helps you, Crystal. And so you'll have the image, you'll be thinking the right way, and then you'll take the right actions as a result of it. Now, and remember, your subconscious controls your bodily function. So it'll either, and it's infinitely intelligent. So it'll either connect you to the right people, or it'll just adjust things within your body. I'll give you an example. When I wanted to gain weight, I decided I cut out a picture. Oh, here's another good exercise for you all. So I cut out a picture of this guy from Men's Health magazine. So I cut this picture out and I put it on my wall. And by the way, make sure to put yourself in the picture. I photoshopped my face over his, and I'm looking at it every day, and I'm just imagining I have this body, this super jacked, buff body, and I'm walking around, in my mind, seeing what it's like to be all big and muscular. And that day I go and meet up with my workout partner, and he tells me, he goes, oh, hey, Tony, do you want to change our workouts instead of what we've been doing? He's like, do you want to start lifting heavy and get big? And I'm like, yeah. So some people say, oh, that's coincidence. But I had the image of myself as this new buff person, and he starts responding to it. Then I run into a friend of mine who's a world-class personal trainer. He asked me, Tony, what are you working on now? And I said, oh, I'm trying to get buff. And so he writes me out this whole entire meal plan and workout plan to do free of charge, because he's a friend of mine. And I ended up gaining a bunch of, I got so big, I got almost 200 pounds of muscle, which is over 30 pounds bigger than I am right now. And so, but it all started with the image I had in my mind. So you can cut out a picture of your ideal body, make sure your face is in it, and then what's it called? Start to imagine that you have that and really feel as if it's taking place. Feeling is the secret, both the desired state, and you can actually feel, like I would feel what it felt like to walk around in that body. And the more feeling an idea has, the faster it gets impressed on your subconscious and the quicker it manifests in your life. Now, somebody asked me, trying to build confidence and manifestation. I'll give you all, oh, the person on YouTube is no longer watching, so I'm going to end that stream, and we're just going to focus on this stream. So, 1 second. Let me just adjust my camera. So someone said they're trying to build confidence and manifestation. Here's something, an exercise that I recommend everybody do. I still do it. It was given to me by Hans de Jong. He was Jose Silva's top instructor, and he was one of my mentors. He said, anytime you manifest something, whether it's something big or something small, he said, you should have a journal of your manifestation successes. And what that's going to do is it's going to build your faith in this manifestation process. So you'll see that it's not some hocus pocus. It's something that you're thinking of what you want, you're feeling the vibration, and then you're manifesting. And as a result, your faith in this process will build. And as you have more faith, it'll make it easier for you to manifest bigger things. So that's an easy exercise I recommend everybody do. Plus, it's cool to go through your manifestation journal every once in a while and see all this awesome stuff that you manifested. Things that were once an idea in your mind, but are now taking place in your life, or something that took place in your life. So that is definitely something I recommend you all do. Now, somebody asked, what is the best way to rewire your subconscious? There's a number of ways. The first way is you can imagine what it is you want. So what I like to do is I take a few breaths. I sit or lay down and get in a comfortable position. I take a few breaths to relax my body. And then I'll count down from 10 to 1 or 20 to 1 in a slow rhythmic manner to calm my mind. And then from there, I'll imagine what it is I want, and I'll feel it as if it's taking place now. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's false. So if you start showing it yourself images of you succeeding, of you winning, of you having the life you want, it'll say, oh, this is me now. And it'll go to work to make that a reality. So that's one. Two, from that relaxed state of mind that I have myself in, I do my affirmations from that level. Jose Silva, the founder of the Silva method of meditation, said, an affirmation done at alpha is that deep state of meditation. He said it's hundreds of times more powerful than done at beta, this awake state of consciousness. So when you put yourself in that relaxed state, what happens is you have your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And when you put yourself in a relaxed state, the barrier between the two begins to open, and you can just put into it whatever it is you want, and then conclude the session by waking yourself up. And you've planted all these seeds of positivity, and they're going to give you a positive growth. So that's two ways to do it. A third way to do it is to associate either massive amounts of pleasure to something you want to do, or massive amounts of pain to something you want to do. For example, you could say, let's say there is a habit that you have. Let's say you're a smoker. You could write out, what is all the pain I feel by smoking? So what is all the pain I feel by smoking? And you spend 5 minutes writing it out, just making yourself really feel like shit. Your subconscious wants to avoid pain and experience pleasure. So it's going to say, oh, smoking is causing me pain. Let me stop doing this. Then shake yourself off and write, hey, hi, Brittany. Good to see you on here. Then write out, what is all the pleasure I'll feel by being a non-smoker, and spend 5 minutes writing that out. So then you're going to feel massive amounts of pleasure to being a non-smoker. So your subconscious, you'll have hardwired it for success. I used to do this exercise with men who were afraid to approach. Am I still alive? I guess I am. So I used to do this exercise with men who were afraid to approach women. I would have them write out, what is all the pain I feel by not talking to the women I want? And I have them spend 5 minutes just really writing it out, getting clear on how much it sucks, all the lonely nights, all the pain they're feeling. Then I would have them write out, what is all the pleasure I'll feel by approaching the women I want? And I'd have them really write it out and get clear on how amazing their lives would be, how they could have the relationships they want, the increased sense of confidence, the higher self-esteem. And it would hardwire these guys' brains, and they would become approaching machines. They weren't scared to talk to women anymore. So you can use your imagination, you can use affirmations, you can use the pain pleasure principle to rewire your subconscious. Those are three of the easiest ways to do. And then obviously repetition. If you're in your awake state and you're doing affirmations, there's that barrier between your conscious mind and subconscious. So it's like you're taking a nail and a hammer and you're just hammering it into your subconscious. And that's an easy way to do it. You can also do things such as playing affirmations in the background, as they'll start to affect your psyche without you being consciously aware of it. Someone said sleep meditations for confidence work too. Absolutely. I love sleep meditations because you're starting to drift off in that last 15 minutes before sleeping. Your brain goes from beta, this awake state of consciousness, into alpha and then into theta. So it's a great time to program your subconscious for success. Somebody said placebo power. Let me know what you mean by that. How about manifesting someone back? I have such a time forgetting the past. If you can't forget the past, let me ask you this. Why do you want to manifest them back then? Because then you're going to just end up creating more of the same with this person. So I would work on yourself first. Ask yourself why you want this person, and then let me know. Give me a response to why you want to manifest them if you can't forget the past, and then I'll give you an answer. I love it. The subconscious mind is amazing. Absolutely, your subconscious is all knowing, it's infinitely intelligent, all powerful, everywhere present. That's the theory. So once you plant an idea into your subconscious, for instance, let's say you want to meet somebody, and you show it this image of you being in this loving relationship. It already knows who that person is that's best for you to be with. So it'll go to work bringing that person in your life. It also controls your beliefs, your habits, and your bodily functions. Why is this important? Over 90% of what you do is subconscious. You go to work the same way every day. You talk to yourself the same way every day. You put your pants on the same way every day. So you want to impress your subconscious with ideas of a positive nature. So you'll put yourself on success autopilot, so to speak. Tony is basically Gennady Golovkin. I love Gennady Golovkin. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's a very famous boxer. I met him once years back. So quick side story, and then I'll get back to talking about manifestation. Triple G is one of the greatest boxers of all time. He's an amazing boxer. He came into this gym that I was at in LA, and there was certain people, there's certain pros that I knew that I just thought were amazing, and I was nowhere near their level. And he just came in and wiped the floor with everybody one day. And I realized, like, there's certain people that have God-given abilities or talents. And even if I boxed for the next 100 years, I wouldn't be able to beat this guy in boxing. Not that I wanted to, but he just had this special, like, something about him. And he was so freaking nice. I never forgot him. And then I'm glad his career ended up blowing up. So that's awesome. I have a picture of when I was my ideal weight. Perfect. So this is what I would do. And here's a good exercise for all of you. So you have a picture of your ideal weight. So what I would do is I would put up this picture, and then I would see yourself, like, imagine it, close your eyes and see you standing in front of you being this picture. And then I would bring you closer, and I would make the image brighter and make you even happier. Then I would bring you even closer, make the image even brighter, make you even happier. And then I would have you step into the image and then see yourself from the first point of view being happy and walking around in your ideal body. And it's a very powerful image exercise to your subconscious, and you'll watch things start to shift for you. Someone asked, Todd asked, why did you take that break earlier this year from TikTok? I got in trouble with the TikTok police because of a video I made. So they put a hold on my account to where anytime I would make a video, it would max out at 10,000 views. And it wouldn't go past that. And my videos would only be promoted to my current followers. They wouldn't be sent out to anyone else. And so I got frustrated. People would duet my videos and get 100,000 or 1,000,000 views, but my video would be stuck because my account was on hold. And so I stopped making videos for a while. And then my friend Sharebear, who's awesome, by the way, in case any of you want to follow her, she talked me into coming back on TikTok. And then I had to agree to all this stuff to get my account release. So I can only talk about certain things. I don't want to get in trouble again. I was talking about psychedelics and the benefits of them, and that got me in trouble. You look amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good. And then, and if any of you, if you want to hit that like button, it'll let people know to get their butts in here. Is that snake oil in that bottle? No, it's snake oil in the bottle up your ass. So, sorry, every once in a while you get idiots that say stupid things, and then I used to just let it go, but now I always say something stupid back. So someone said, I've been manifesting him, and today after a while he showed up in 2 of my dreams. Oh, there you go. Then that means you're getting warmer. So just stay in that energy. And then, hi Tony, watch your stop smoking video. Can you please explain what a situation would be? What do you mean by that, David? Let me know. Let me know and I'll respond to that because I want to help you out. I try to pass my CDL test. I need help. So tell yourself, I'm a genius and I apply my wisdom now. I am successfully completing my test. Every day, imagine yourself having passed the test with high marks and imagine what it feels like. Tell yourself the infinite intelligence within me knows what to do in passing this test. So it guides me on what to study, how long to study for, every aspect and facet of the test. And then keep affirming, I passed my test with ease. I'm a genius. I'm brilliant. I retain this information easily and effortlessly. I am a genius. So give yourself those types of affirmations so it'll build up your confidence. And your subconscious already knows, since it's one with all of time and space, it knows what's going to be on that test. It knows who's written that test, so it knows exactly how to guide you so you'll pass it. Your job is just to make it clear that you want to pass this test. Let me know if that helped you, John Wick. Hello. What are your thoughts about self-concept? Your self-concept is your idea of yourself is the most powerful idea that you have. And this idea is formed by the time you're 9 years old. So when you're first born, I'm going to take off my beanie. I don't care if my hair is messed up. It's starting to get hot. So your self-concept is formed by the time you're 9 years old. When you're born, your brain isn't yet in beta, and you're in a state of alpha, meaning it's almost like you're under or even theta when you're a kid. So what that means is your conscious mind isn't yet fully developed. So it's almost like you're walking around hypnotized. Every idea people are giving you is just going straight into your subconscious, and some of that stuff is good and some of that stuff is bad. So now you're an adult, but you have 8-year-old you walking around dictating the show, so to speak. So it's important for you to image, meaning see yourself, imagine in your mind, you being who it is you want. And then you want to write out concepts about yourself that are healthy and constructive, such as I'm a powerful person. I make money easily and effortlessly. I have loving, healthy, long-lasting relationships, whatever it is. If you're not sure what your current concepts are, just take a look at your life. What areas are you succeeding in? What areas are you having a hard time in? And those areas that you're having a hard time in means you have a negative idea about that area. And so all you have to do is write out its positive opposite, affirm it or imagine it taking place in your life now with sufficient force to the exclusion of all else. And by concentrating on it, that new idea will get impressed on your subconscious, and that new program will start to run in your life instead of the old one. It's a simple process, and it can radically change your life. So that's why I recommend every day start seeing yourself, spend some time conceiving of yourself as a success, as a winner, as being happy and healthy. So you start to shift or change all that old programming that was created as a child. What does 111 mean? I've been seeing everywhere confused what the message is. So according to people who are into, I guess it would be numerology, they said if you see the number 111, that means that your manifestations are starting to take place faster. So be aware of what it is you're thinking. Someone said Yeshua HaMashiach is the son of the Most High God, Elohim, Yahweh, and I don't know. Okay, well, how can I change it to manifest something else? I see a lot of numbers everywhere I go, tickets, receipts, videos of this number. Just tell yourself, subconscious, show me a new number. My new number is 555 or 888 or whatever it is that you want, and let it start showing you that different number. Wow, that's huge. I've never thought of writing the pain for things that I want to get rid of. Yeah, it's such a simple process, and it can totally rewire your subconscious for success. What's the law of attraction? Great question. The law of attraction is actually the law of vibration. When you think thoughts, it causes brain cells to vibrate. Within those brain cells are electrons. So that energy is going out and landing on people who are in resonance with the vibration you're putting forth, and they're bringing to you what it is you want. So that's the most simple definition I can give of it. The problem the main two problems that most people are having is, one, they're focusing the majority of their energy on what it is they don't want. So they'll focus for a certain amount of time on something they want, like, man, it would be so nice to have a new Corvette. And then they'll go to work and they'll say, well, I can never afford it, or I'd have to do X, Y, Z. And they just talk themselves out of it. So that's one. So you want to spend as much time feeling good so you're a vibrational match to what it is you want, and as little time as possible in resistant thought. I don't care how real it seems or how important it is to everybody else. For example, if your peer group is all talking about something negative, move your thoughts to something positive, or move the conversation to something positive, but refrain from indulging in that negativity. That's one. Two, when you're thinking about what it is you want, this is a mistake a lot of people make. They don't think about it long enough, meaning they don't allow the thought to develop sufficient amplitude to go out and affect other people. So they'll think, man, I'd like a nice Corvette. And then they'll think, oh, but I can't have one. Or they'll just say, I'd like a Corvette. And then they'll say, oh, yeah, I got to go to work right now. And then they'll forget about it. And so those brain cells didn't start vibrating strongly enough or fast enough to go out and affect people that are in resonance with them. Also, that idea didn't get impressed on their subconscious. It takes on average 33 1/3 seconds for an idea to go from your conscious mind into your subconscious. And so you want to spend, and I always say, just spend a minute or two feeling as if you have what it is you want. If you want, you can do it longer, 4 or 5 minutes, but just a minute or two with sufficient force is enough. I think God made us really strong mentally. Use your mind, believe in yourself. Absolutely. So you have within you the infinite potential of the divine. So this spirit of God is within you. Your job is just to decide what it is you want. I'm thinking of the spec method from Helen Hadsell. She said, select what it is you want. So decide, I want this. Like I want $10,000. Project it, meaning that imagine you have it now, feel the end result of it. Expect it, meaning there's a time delay from the moment you imagine what it is you want until it arrives. There's a gestation period for everything. A baby takes 9 months. For you to get in shape, it might take 3 months. There's a different time period for everything, and that's to keep you safe. You don't want every thought you think to just manifest instantly, because if you think a bad thought, it would just appear in your reality. So that's to keep you safe and to cause you to not manifest negative things. And then lastly, she says, collect it. So select it, project it, expect it, collect it, and then collect it. It'll show up. So decide what you want, feel the end result of it taking place now, expect that it's coming, it's on its way, and then collect it once it's there. I'm relaxed when I talk to God. Absolutely. So, and I would even go further when you talk. Hold on one second. A bunch of comments came in, so which I'm glad. You said you relax when you talk to God and start to affirm God's beauty is right where I am. God's consciousness is right where I am. Anytime someone steps into my energy, they're stepping into the energy of God. Affirm things of this nature. Tell yourself that you're a center of divine creation, that God's order and balance flows through your consciousness and through your life. And not only will you be relaxed, but you'll be supercharged to go about your day. Faith is the evidence of things not seen. That's the best definition of it. So you want to have faith, because the more I say, faith is the lever that unlocks your soul's potential. So the more faith you have that what you want is coming to pass, the faster it drives these images and affirmations in your subconscious, the quicker they manifested it in your life. Someone said, tried it, nothing happened. We got Candace Zier on here. What is up, Candace? Candace is my homie, like somebody I deeply, deeply love. So I'm super glad you're here. Hi, good to see you on here. Someone said, tried it, nothing happened. Let me know what you tried, and I'll adjust your thinking and your strategy so we can get you manifesting what it is you want. Someone said, it felt so real, but I don't know what he looks like. It doesn't matter. Your job is just to get clear on the end result. And I would grab pen and paper and write out my ideal relationship and list out what he looks like, what his qualities are, and feel into that. And you'll be putting forth a strong image, and you'll manifest somebody that matches up with it. Thank you, Tony. You're welcome. I've seen tarot readings on my FYP for a year now that he's coming back tomorrow in 5 months, 3 weeks. So, okay, well, if you want him to come back, just stay in that end result and keep expecting it and see who comes up. Baby Cakes Castle, what's up? How would you get out of feeling stuck faced with many obligations at once or overwhelmed? Great question, Cass. So what I would do, and hello, good to see you on here. So this is what I do. I've got this exercise from Esther Hicks. It's a great exercise. Grab a pen and paper. On the left-hand side, write things I'm going to do. So things I'm going to do. And on the right-hand side, write out things God is going to do, or things the universe is going to do, depending on what idea feels better for you. Some people like using the term God. Some people like using the term the universe. Do whatever feels comfortable for you. So now on the left side, write out the things that you plan to do. For example, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. I'm going to make lunch. Whatever it is that you want to do. And then on the right, list all the things that you're going to just give to God and let this infinite intelligence deal with. So you're going to say, like, for instance, for me, like I have to make like new videos. I have to update my camera. I'm going to put this all to God so he can schedule all this. You have a divine manager, an infinite intelligence within you. So let it start trusting in that and let it create the life you want. So I would list out all my obligations. I mean, all the things I'm going to do, and then all the things I want to give to God and let it figure those out. And then what's going to happen is you're going to feel totally relaxed. That resistant thought that you've had about, oh my God, I have all these things, this never ending list, is going to start to release. And as a result, you're going to get into the flow of well-being, and and you're going to manifest more of what it is you want, more ease, more well-being, more goodness, essentially. So try that out. Things I'm going to do, things I'm giving, things God's going to do, and just write it all out. And then you can throw away the list or whatever, and you just focus on what you plan to do, and the divine will take care of the rest. Hi, let me know if that helps and let me know if that makes sense. By the way, I got that exercise from Esther Hicks' Ask and It Is Given book. So it's a great exercise. Try it out. It's really helpful if you're feeling frustrated or overwhelmed. Hi, and by the way, if you ever, I would also recommend spending some time every day meditating, because what's going to happen, you're going to go from frustration and overwhelm to neutrality and peace. And then from peace and neutrality, it's just a small jump to love, joy, appreciation. So so I would spend some time, even a few times a day. If you don't have time to just meditate, I close my eyes and I take 3 big deep breaths just to center yourself, so to speak, before going back on your day. So that way you're resetting your vibration for peace and harmony. And so you're manifesting more of what it is you want. Hi, I need a breakthrough financially. What should I do? So first I think I'm going to put my beanie back on because I'm not loving how my hair looks right now. So, all right. Sexy Tony's back. So, hi, I need a breakthrough financially. What should I do? So, first, I have a number of ideas. First, I would ask myself repeatedly throughout the day, where am I experiencing abundance in my life right now? So, where am I experiencing abundance in my life right now? Now, the universe doesn't care if you're experiencing abundance in your finances, if you're experiencing abundance in your health, or if you're experiencing abundance in your relationship. All it cares about is the vibration of abundance. And so, I'll give you an example from my own life. There was a time a few years back I was struggling really bad financially. A bunch of stuff happened, and it was like I said, okay, I need to get things on track. So I asked myself, I said, where am I experiencing abundance right now? I asked the same question I'm telling you to ask yourself. And I said, I'm experiencing abundant physical health. I was in really great shape. I was competing in Muay Thai and my body looked amazing. So every day I would just ask myself a few times, I'd say, where am I experiencing abundance right now? And I'd feel that gratitude. I'd say, I'm in great shape. I have an awesome coach I love. I'm training every day. I have a lot of free time to work on my body. So I kept putting out this abundance vibration and staying in that energy. I got offered a new job that paid way more. And when I was at my new job, I didn't even focus on the pay of, the increased pay. I just kept focusing on asking myself that question, where am I experiencing abundance right now? So I'd say, yeah, I'm getting paid more, but I kept focusing on how great my health is, how amazing I'm feeling as a result of it. And then I got another promotion. I got a new job again with more pay. And then I ended up getting another job with even more pay. I got a promotion with more pay. And so, but it all started with me just taking my mind off lack and what wasn't working and focusing it on this one area of abundance that I was experiencing. So that's what I would recommend doing first. So where am I experiencing abundance right now? And the more times you ask yourself throughout the day, you'll keep hitting this vibration. And as a result, the universe will say, oh, okay, this is, Kingdom Friends is in an abundant state. Let me bring him or her some abundance. That's one. Two, I have a few exercises for all of you for this. In every city, there is a area that's really wealthy. For example, in New York, they have Manhattan. In Los Angeles, they have Beverly Hills. In San Diego, they have Del Mar. So I would take myself to one of those places and I would either go to lunch or go to coffee. And I would first, while I'm there, I would feel the energy of the place. So I'd allow myself to see this luxury, to see this beauty. And then I would tell myself, this is my life now. This is where I belong. This is my life now. And I would script out. I actually did this exercise for myself. I would script out how I want my life to be. I'm earning this much. I'm living in such and such place. I'm doing what I love. Write it out. And then when you go back, thank you, by the way, for the roses. I appreciate that. So then when you go back to your old environment, what I want you to do is when you read your script, you're to feel the feelings of abundance you felt when you were in that rich environment. So you're going to keep activating every day that vibration of abundance while impressing all these new positive ideas of success upon your subconscious, and your life is going to change. I did this 2 years ago. I said, I'll be number one in sales in my company, which I did. I said, I'll earn over 6 figures, which I did. I said, I'll be living in Carlsbad, which I am. I wrote it all out, and everything that I put in there that I read every day ended up manifesting. I would feel the feelings I felt when I was in this wealthy area. I wrote it all out, and now I have that life, and you can do the same. So next, in addition to all that, you could also just ask yourself, when was a time in my past I was very wealthy. If let's say you were financially abundant early on in your life, and something happened. Thank you for the flowers. Something happened that caused you to lose your. You never lose your abundance. It's within you. Your job is just to get rid of the resistant thought. But let's say something happened that's causing you to experience financial hardship. Let's say, just ask yourself, when in the past did I experience financial success? And feel into that. Thank you for the roses. And you'll keep activating that vibration and you'll manifest success for you. What most people are doing is when they look at their past, they look at it with regret. They say, oh, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done this. I'd be better now. And then as a result, they create a negative loop. They put this energy out and create more of that in their future. Don't be like that. If you look at your past with praise. Look at what the areas that you succeeded. Well, I had this success and I had this success. I had this success. And as a result, you'll be activating that vibration of success and you'll create more of that in your future. As somebody, I've coached, I don't know how many people, I've coached thousands of people at this point. And as an outsider looking in, there's so much good and so like in all of your past that if you would just see it and give yourself credit for the good work that you're doing, it would blow your mind. It would raise your self-esteem to such a high level that you would totally change your life. So that's a great way, by the way, to build your self-esteem. Every day, look at your past and ask yourself, what did I do that was successful? What did I do where I was, like what moment in my life was I loving? And by thinking about those moments, you'll activate that vibration. You'll create more of it in your future and you'll feel better about yourself. Lastly, I would also get clear. How much do you want? What is a breakthrough to you financially? For some people, it's $10,000. For one of my friends, I worked with him for a year and he earns a great living now. He won't get out of bed for not even $1,000. So everybody has their own level. So what is it to you that would make sense to you for a financial breakthrough? So get clear on that. And then I would start to, in addition to these exercises, I would start to pump my mind filled with as much good as possible. So every day as I would drive to work, I would listen to talks that are motivational. I would listen to affirmations. I would do things like that because I wanted to rewire my subconscious. My upbringing was less than perfect, as I'm sure the majority of people's are. My father was in prison. I grew up in a very rough environment. And so as a result, I said, there's certain negative ideas in my subconscious I need to rewrite. So use that time as you're driving to and from work to bombard your subconscious with positive ideas. And if you can't do that, then at least every day spend some time reading things of a positive nature, as it'll have a beneficial effect on your conscious and your subconscious mind. Your thinking will start to become like whoever it is that you're reading. So if you do all these things and you practice it for a year, you'll be in a much different spot. You can change your vibration in such a degree within as little as 30 days that you'll be astounded at where your life is. So let me know if that helps you, Kingdom friends. And I hope that helps everybody else here. I dreamt about my proposal and I haven't met him yet. Don't worry if you haven't met him yet. Your job just to focus on the end result. Remember I said spec. Thank you for the flowers. Spec, select it, project it, expect it, collect it. So your job is just to stay in that end feeling. Thank you, Jasmine. Your job is just to stay in that end feeling. Feel as if you have it now. And then he's going to show up. So the law of vibration is always operating. So use it on your behalf. Dave, you said, or if there was a situation, I'm not sure what you mean, but let me know. Be the best with a raise. Absolutely. I'm the hypnosis you can shake hands with yourself. Wait, what? You said, do you mean in the hypnosis you can shake hands with yourself? Yeah, you can see yourself in front of you and shake hands, and that vibration of that person can come into you, or you can merge into them. I think that's what you're asking me. Let me know. Someone said, I want to be the best at my job. Great question. So first, ask yourself every day, what would it feel like if I was the best at my job? And see it and feel it. For instance, you could see yourself getting an award and everybody, that's what I imagine. I saw myself as number one in sales and I saw everybody congratulating me. And then I would feel that every day as I would go to work. That's one. And then two, I would affirm it. I'm the best. My sales are getting better and better every day in every way. I'm getting better at my job. And then three, I used to do things such as my mind is a center of divine goodness. I'm a center of divine radiance. So that when people would step into my mental atmosphere, my magnetic field, so to speak, I wanted them to feel at ease because I had their best interests at heart. I had never believed in high pressure sales. And I believe thoughts affect things. Obviously, we're metaphysicians. And so that's something else I would do. And then lastly, study who's the best in your field. For instance, some people love Grant Cardone, some people hate him, but he's a great salesperson. So I used to listen to him every day. I would model his selling techniques, and as a result, I started getting better results than I was getting previously. So ask yourself, who's the best in my field, and start modeling them, and get you a mentor who's at a higher, obviously you want to get a mentor who's at a higher level than you, someone who's playing at a much higher level than you, and have them mentor you and hold you accountable. They'll save you decades of time because they've already done what you're trying to do. So I used to work for BMW. My mentor, he was a guy who used to sell over 30 BMWs a month. And so he showed me, how to really succeed in online sales there. And my career there took off. So find somebody who's doing what you want to do, playing at the level you want to play at, and start to model them. And there's also subconscious to subconscious communication. So when you're with your mentor, he or she is telling you all these things about how, thank you, Kingdom Friends. He or she's telling you all these ideas about how you're going to be successful, but also they'll be vibrating to you all these ideas about how they became successful, how you're going to be successful without them even being aware of it. So you're going to improve on a lot of different levels. So that's what I would recommend doing. Someone said, hallelujah, amen. Will this be on YouTube after it's over? Maybe. It just depends on how long I talk for, what time it is, if I feel like sleeping, or if I feel like doing more work. So I feel like I've been manifesting my whole life and it never worked out. So what is first, let's take a step back. When you first start manifesting, start with something small. Like, I'm going to imagine somebody brings me a cup of coffee. So you start to understand how the process works. When I started with something real basic. I said, I want a turkey, bacon, and avocado sandwich. And I just worked out and then ate a bunch after. I would imagine that I took a bite of the sandwich and I could taste the bacon and the avocado, and then I took a nap. I didn't know about that. When you go to sleep after imagining something, your subconscious goes to work on it. So I was awoken by my workout partner who was at my house, and he said, hey, Tony, I was driving and I had this urge to pull over, and he brought me a turkey, bacon, and avocado sandwich, which he had never done. He never brought me food. It was interesting that he showed up at my house all abruptly, but the story gets weirder. So I go downstairs, and I was living with my mom at the time, and she goes, oh, why did he bring food? She goes, I just got done making food. I made you a sandwich, and it was a turkey, bacon, and avocado sandwich. So when you start to think things, it causes a train. Well, you think a thought, and then it causes it's an effect within a person. They'll start taking action based on what you're thinking, and they'll think it's of their own design, but you really cause a train of causation within their consciousness, so to speak. So your job is just to decide what it is you want and start focusing on that, and other people will bring it to you. But start small. I started with the whole point of that story was I started with a sandwich. So start with a cup of coffee, or I give people the blue feather exercise. It's from, what is the name of the book? Illusions by Richard Bach. Fantastic book. So you just see how long it takes you to manifest the blue feather. So imagine you have one in your hands, feel it, really see it, and then see what shows up. It might be a blue feather on a truck. It might be a blue feather in a magazine. My buddy Darren Rios, he said that he was sitting on a bench and a blue feather landed on his foot. So the universe has infinite ways to bring it to you, but start small. And after it happens, write out your success that you had with it. And then just keep building. That's one. Two, also ask yourself as you go throughout the day, what's going right in my life right now? So what's going right in my life right now? This is I wish I freaking had heard this 10 or 20 years ago. It's from Esther Hicks, and it's probably one of my favorite questions or favorite techniques. There's a YouTube talk called How to Match the Frequency of Unlimited Abundance by her, and she gives this exercise. She said you have certain things that you want to manifest in your life, but some of them you think are really big. So you're not a vibrational match to it. So she said, every time you ask yourself this question, what's going right in my life right now? When you start to answer it, she said, it'll gradually shift your thoughts and vibrations until what you once seemed big to you, you'll now be a vibrational match for. She said also, if you do it a few times a day, it'll start to really speed up your manifestations. And she said, if you do it for a month, you'll get to the point where you'll think about what it is you want and you'll manifest it in as little as 3 days or 4 days, and sometimes as little as a few hours. She said, you'll get to the point where you'll think thoughts and it'll manifest in your life, and you'll be able to, essentially play with this and think different thoughts and manifest different things. It'll become that easy for you. So try that out. What's going right in my life right now? And also be aware, how much time are you spending in resistant thought? Meaning, how much time are you thinking things of a negative nature, and start to train yourself to stop thinking that. Dr. Thurman Fleet, my favorite spiritual teacher, used to say, or not used to say, he said once, he said, people in the future will keep track of their rhythms the same way that people keep track of the stock market. Meaning, there's times in your life you feel high. So get a calendar or get a notebook and write how many days in a row you feel good. And then when you're in a negative state, write out how long that lasted. And then the next time you go through this rhythm, try to reduce, or even the first time you go through this rhythm, when you're in the negative state, try to reduce how long you're in it. So let's say normally you feel good for 4 days, then you're in a bad mood for 2 days. When you're in that negative state, go do something, go, like walk in nature, go read a book, go do something to change your vibration. Thank you for the gift. And refrain from indulging that negativity. I want to be clear on this. When I say indulging, I mean, like, don't go yell at somebody and cuss and like give vent to it, because you're going to create more of it. Instead, breathe into it. Allow those feelings to come up, to be released, and then go back to focusing on the positive. Or tell yourself, I'm in a negative state now, but soon I'll be in a high positive state. I'll feel better than before. And just that simple thought will start to move you up the law of rhythm. There's other laws other than the law of vibration. There's a law of rhythm, the law of gender, the law of cause and effect, the law of compensation. So it's important to know how to use these other laws. Now, as you keep refraining from expressing the negative, that low rhythm is going to go from 2 days to 1 day to 10 hours to 5 hours, until you're going to get to the point where it's going to last like 10 minutes or 20 minutes or maybe even 5 minutes, or just a simple few thoughts, and your high rhythms are going to last longer and be higher. So it's a great exercise if you really want to get control of your mind and build that manifestation muscle, so to speak. So let me know if that helps you. And there's something else. I'm going to make a video about that, because it's just hugely important. It's one of those things that unfortunately very few people know. Can you explain again about the glass of water? Yes. So the glass of water technique. You fill a glass with water, and you just think of a problem you have, and you say, this is all I need to do to find the solution to the problem I have in mind. And you drink half the glass. Then you'll either during the night dream of the answer, or you'll wake up with the answer. And if you don't, in the morning, pick up the glass again and tell yourself, this is all I need to do to find the solution to the problem I have in mind, and drink the rest of the water. You're giving your subconscious this idea that all you need to do is just drink this water, and your subconscious, being infinitely intelligent, will give you the answer to your problem. If you need a longer and more in-depth explanation, just type in my first and last name on TikTok and type in glass of water, and then I have a whole video explaining it. That video, by the way, went really not super viral, but really viral. It got over 250,000 views. Sorry, I said it twice. I didn't think you would read it. Oh, I read everything. All right. Let me see. Okay, a bunch of questions came in, so I want to make sure I get to everybody. Wait 1 second. So for those of you who are new, TikTok changed the way question or comments show up. So they used to just pop up organically, but now I have to manually scroll, and they all come up at once. So I'll try to get to everybody. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay, cool. Someone said, that's so cool. Oh, thank you, London. Good to see you on here. Do you have a video of that? Let me know what you want a video of. I'm sure I have hundreds of videos, so I probably do. Thank you, Mixtape. I'm a good woman and nothing else as wrong by me. Thank you, Po Boss. I'm manifesting only good and good health first. Absolutely. Enlightening moments. Awesome. And thank you, Fly Chick, for the flowers. What's the craziest manifestation story you've heard? The craziest, I don't know if this is the craziest, but it's a pretty crazy one. A friend of mine, so he is a born-again Christian, and he just started affirming, God's going to bless me. God's going to bless me. Today's the day. God's going to bless me. Today's the day. So he's scratched the scratcher. Nothing happened. Second day, He's telling himself, God's going to bless me. Today's the day. God's going to bless me. Today's the day. I mean, what a powerful idea he's giving his subconscious. So he does this again. Plays a scratcher, nothing happens. He said he woke up the third day and he's like, I felt it. I felt like, oh my God, today I'm winning. And so he went to work, got a scratcher, scratched it. He won $2 million. And now he's set for life. So that's a good manifestation story. Someone said, Sophie, let me know what you mean. I read a book using a key. Are you? Oh yeah, you can use a key. You can use whatever it is you want to manifest for your initial manifestations. Hi, it's Rich. Oh, hi. Nice to see you. I'm just seeing who said hello. Yes, I did this with my first drink, working on my yellow Jeep now. Oh, okay, good. Right on. So see yourself in that Jeep. As you drive around in your current vehicle, imagine that it's your Jeep. I did that to manifest my BMW, and I love my car now. That's crazy. Wow, thank you. Manifest the blue feather. Freaking love him. Thank you. I love you too. I put the work in and still waiting. The waiting game is one of the hardest parts because people go like, where's my stuff? It's been 3 weeks or it's been 2 months, but they're not aware of how much time they're spending in resistant thought that's just holding them up. If you could just give more of your attention to feeling good and focusing on what it is you want, your manifestations will show up way faster. Yay, this is my favorite line. I'm happy when I catch it on. Okay. It sounds like you need to practice meditation so you can achieve that clear manifestation. You don't have to practice meditation, but I recommend it just because it releases so much of the resistant thought that people are thinking every day. It's like almost resetting yourself. And then from there, it's easy to imagine what it is you want and to affirm what it is you want. And it brings forth a lot of peaceful vibrations. So I like it. I'm a big fan of meditation. If you need a good book on meditation, get the book, The Silva Mind Control Method. It's one of my favorite books. It'll teach you how to go from a beta, this awake state of consciousness, into alpha, which is what takes place when you're in deep meditation, and then into theta, that state of consciousness that takes place when you're under hypnosis or dream at night. It's super powerful. I love this book. It'll show you how to really impress your mind with a number of positive ideas. It's changed my life. Yes, you helped me so much. Oh, thank you for sharing. Awesome. Needed this. I'm glad to help. Cool. Thank you. Any book suggestions? So yeah, I would recommend the Silva Mind Control Method. I would recommend Asking It Is Given by Esther Hicks. I'd recommend The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. For those of you who want a book, it's a little bit of a more difficult read, but it's very wordy, but it'll give you a very good idea on things. I would recommend Charles Hennell's The Master Key System. And then is there anything else I would recommend? Oh yeah, William Walker Atkinson's book. It's got a long title, so I'll just show it to you. Thought Vibration. You can find this online on Google for free. Thought Vibration, the Law of Attraction in the Thought World. It's a fantastic book. That affirmation I gave everybody where I said, I am asserting the mastery of my real self. By the way, it's a great affirmation to say. I'm asserting the mastery of my real self, meaning you'll bring forth your real nature, that confident, powerful you. Where am I going? It comes from that book. So it'll really help you out. Yes, I do the same. Oh, okay, good. So someone said they do the same, meaning they listen to positive things or do affirmations on their way to work. That's a great way to improve your mind. I put the work in. Why am I still waiting? So you are either focusing on things during your day that are contrary to what it is you want, or you have some type of negative subconscious belief that you can't have it, or how much time are you focusing on feeling as if it's taking place now? It's going to be one of those three off the top of my head. Thank you, Shani. I'm going to follow you. Thank you. You're welcome. That's how I healed cancer. Oh, okay. Awesome. And great job. Thank you for validation. I needed it. Okay, cool. I'm glad to help. I'm just going through the comments, seeing if I missed anybody. I just started doing that. I appreciate the knowledge. I'm glad to help. Hello, Jasmine. Yes, it truly works. You look good already. I don't know if that was for me or somebody else. Do I have any meditation guides? I have it on my YouTube channel. So if you type in Tony Namey on YouTube and then click meditations, I have meditations for everything: overcoming depression, finding your life purpose. And I have different types of meditations for finding your life purpose: stopping smoking, getting in the best shape of your life, and finding the love of your life. So I have a bunch of them. Appreciate your life. Thank you, Tony. Love you. Love you too. Good to see you on here. Thank you. Love that. Awesome. Okay, good. I've been doing this and I've been feeling so much better. Okay, good. Okay, thanks. Hello, I jumped about my manifestation. Is that a sign? I would say it is. At the very least, you're impressing your subconscious with what it is you want. So um, you're on the right track. I was reading this next question. Are some people destined to be poor? No. The only thing that's holding them in poverty is the fact that they haven't learned how to focus on what it is they want and flow their energy, so to speak. Hi, Candice. I'm glad you're still here. So, I mean, I know people that have come from other countries with virtually nothing and become millionaires. So, if you can shift your thoughts, you can create the life you want. Explain about letting go or surrendering, please. I will okay, I'll explain about that right now. So, a lot of you have more faith in Amazon than you do in this manifestational process. So you'll order from something from Amazon and you'll expect it and be excited about it, or you'll just expect it. You won't give it any thought. Like, oh, I ordered it, it's gonna be here on the first. And that's how you focus on it. So just do the same for your manifestations. Like, all right, I ordered it, it's gonna be here, it's on its way, or it's on its way and get really excited. I like to think of imagine you're at a restaurant, a really beautiful restaurant, and you're hungry. Excuse me. And you place your order, and the chef is in the back making it. You wouldn't tell, thank you for the rose. You wouldn't tell the waiter, like, you wouldn't, how am I saying this? You'd be excited about it coming out. You wouldn't every 5 minutes ask the waiter, is it here yet? Is it here yet? Is it here yet? And then change your mind. I don't know if it's possible now. And then you'd cancel your order. Okay, but now I want it again. Go make it. They'll kick you out of the restaurant. So this is how you guys are. Esther talks about it. She said, let's say you're going from Arizona to San Diego, California. She said, you're heading towards San Diego. And then you wouldn't like every few minutes say, oh, well, you know what? Maybe I'll stay in Arizona, but maybe I should go to San Diego. Well, maybe I'll stay in. She's like, you'll keep yourself in the same spot indefinitely. So once you decide on what it is you want, you felt into it, meaning you felt the end result as if you have it right now, consider the matter complete. A woman, when she gets pregnant, only has to get pregnant once, and she doesn't have to get pregnant over and over and over again. She knows that, okay, I'm pregnant now. Now there's the gestation period and a birth is going to take place. That's the law of gender. And the same concept takes place with your manifestations. You have an idea that you want. You focus on it with sufficient emotions so that it impregnates your subconscious mind. And after a certain amount of time, the birthing, the creation of your idea will take place. So during that time, just as if you were a parent and you were a proud parent, expectant and excited about your child, be excited about the birthing of your creation, your idea, whatever it is that you want. Stop looking at your current reality, because your current reality is just a reflection of past thoughts you've thought. And in the meantime, focus your energy on the anticipation on the arrival of what it is that you're manifesting. So let me know if that helps you. And that's a great question, by the way. Okay, a bunch of questions came in. Give me 1 second. I'm just rolling through all the questions. Okay, explain. Okay, someone said, I didn't mean too much, but I still use it as my go-to affirmation. Let me know what it is. It was for you, but I had to dissect the meaning of some of the words because I was saying it. Let me know what the affirmation is. I believe it's, here's the book for those of you who didn't see it. Where did I put it? It's the Silva Mind Control Method. So it's a great book. It's one of my all-time favorite books. Is unresolved trauma a manifestation block? It depends if you keep replaying the trauma over and over and over again. And if you have this, let's say you have this negative self-image as a result of it. I'm a person who is traumatized, therefore I can't do X, Y, Z. Then that's going to hinder your growth. So I wouldn't think of myself that way. I would think of myself as totally healthy, a strong, confident person. And as a result, you'll be able to manifest what it is you want. So what I would do is if you experience some type of trauma, I would, again, do what I mentioned earlier. Sit or lay down, take a few deep breaths to relax your body, count down from 10 to 1 or 20 to 1 in a slow rhythmic manner to relax your mind. When I say slow rhythmic, I mean like 10, 9. I'm not going to do it all the way to 1 or we'll all fall asleep, but count down like that to relax your mind. And then I would imagine yourself as totally happy and totally healthy. I would see that image, as I mentioned before, in the distance. Make yourself happier and brighter, bring it closer, make it happier and brighter, and then merge with that, and then see yourself as this happy, bright person. And so you want to show yourself images of you totally happy and you totally healthy, not as this person not as this person who's been hurt and still needs healing, because people get lost in that cycle for years and years and years. So you want to step out of that and see yourself as this totally healthy person. And you can also take it one step further. Your subconscious, I talked about this on yesterday's live, it doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's false. So you can go back to whatever the trauma was and revision it, revise it. Instead of something negative happened, show yourself something amazing happened. I did this with a client. I had this guy who came to me. He's tall, he's good looking, he speaks well, he's successful. And he told me that he had an issue connecting with women. And I'm thinking, there's no way this guy has an issue with meeting women. And he's like, yeah, every time I talk to women, something happens. So I have him go approach a woman. He goes up, he talks to her. The woman's all excited. She starts fixing her hair. And somewhere in the conversation, I just see the energy shift. And it's like they freaking, I don't know what, like the rubber band broke and they just went on their ways. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, I don't know. That always happens when I talk to women. So I told him, what are your ideas about women? And he told me, like, remember I talked about subconscious and subconscious communication? On the surface, everything seemed fine. He seemed like this good guy, and he is a good guy approaching a woman, but his beliefs about women were that women don't like him, that women are mean, that women make fun of him, women ridicule him. So that's all being projected out in his electromagnetic field, his energy, and women were picking up on it. So he didn't consciously know what's going on. I did. So I said, when did this happen? He was, I don't know, just making up an age or a grade. I think he was like, let's say third grade. He went to ask out this girl, the most popular girl in the class. And he said, hey, I'm just making up a name too. We'll call her Jane. Jane, I really like you. I want you to be my girlfriend. And Jane said, she goes, ew, I would never go out with you. You're so ugly. And all her friends laughed at him. And he was really embarrassed. And so he thought, you know, like women are mean and they make fun of you. He came up with all these negative ideas about women, you know, from his one experience as a kid. So he had this, you know, 9-year-old version of himself running things, you know, behind the scenes, even though he's an adult now. So what did I do? I regressed him back to that pivotal moment. And before he was to approach her, I told him, I said, I want you to imagine that she's totally receptive to you, that now she loves you. Like she's so grateful. She's been looking forward for so long for you to ask her out. And she responds positively and she's totally receptive to you. She hugs you. She embraces you. She's kissing you now. See all of her friends clapping. Make the image even brighter. Breathe in these good feelings. And so I totally shifted him and his subconscious. By the way, his subconscious, remember, it doesn't know what's real or what's false. So it had that old negative image. It's now had this new positive experience. And so after I brought him out of it, he was a freaking machine. He would approach women super confident, talk to them. They'd give him their numbers, super excited to go out with them. The whole trajectory of his life changed. Now, what does this have to do in your unresolved trauma? Go back to those experiences. I would say just do one a day so you don't get overwhelmed with it. Go back to those experiences. Imagine it going how you would have wanted it to go so that it's empowering. And then when you think about it, think about the empowering version, not the disempowering version. And after a few times of doing that, you'll start to play this positive program in your subconscious and in your conscious mind instead of that old negative program. It's a real powerful process. I didn't get that from anybody. I just made it up myself through trial and error, and it works. Tips on manifesting a job. First time here. Okay, welcome, Veronica, and be sure to follow me if any of you are new, because I talk about stuff like this all the time and put up videos every day like this. To manifest a job, grab a pen and paper and write out my ideal job. So write out the hours, the location, what your managers are like, your salary. Be as specific as possible. And then every day, read your list and see yourself working in the job. You can see yourself coming home from a good day's work, feeling great, and you'll be putting forth a vibration, a clear idea of what it is you want, and something has to match up with it. It's that simple. So that same process works if you want to manifest a new relationship, a home, whatever it is that you want. And you can manifest for other people as well. For example, my aunt told me she had been having a hard time finding a home. And so she said, Tony, can you help with this? And I knew, I said, man, it must be serious, because whenever my family asks me for stuff like this. I'm like such an oddball that I'm like, all right, she must be desperate to find a home. So I said, what do you want? She said, I want one story. And she, I want land. I want all this stuff. I wrote it out. And I just imagined that she told me, oh, we found the perfect home. She had been looking for a year. I started imagining it. I think she found it 3 days or a week at most later. And now she lives in that home. So it's that easy. Oh, great. Thank you. Awesome. You were just amazing. Thank you for helping us so much. I am loving all your life. Oh, awesome. All right. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good. I like your energy. Just found you. Thank you. I'm representative, if you like my energy, of some part of you that's high energy that is into all this stuff. In my energy, people go like, oh man, you're always hyped up. You always have so much energy. I practice it. Like, I see myself as a high energy person. I do my affirmations. I do my work. So I have this energy and I feel that it's a calling. It's important for me because people's lives are on the line. I know it's like, it seems silly. Oh, we're on TikTok talking, but I don't know who's watching this. And some people are on the precipice or like the cusp of greatness. And all they need is just a little push. And then they soar. So I want to be that person to give you that push or give you that gold nugget to help you create the life you want. Thanks for all the love. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for the flowers. Repeat the affirmation, please. Which one did I say? I'm asserting the mastery of my real self. Yes, I'm asserting the mastery of my real self. That's the one. Thank you. What were the other names of the books? Does anyone remember? I remember. So it's Asking It Is Given by Esther Hicks. It is The Success Principles by Jack Canfield, The Master Key System by Charles Haanel, and The Silva Mind Control Method by Jose Silva. You can also read As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, but I would buy the combined version. So As a Man Thinketh is small. It's like 20 pages, but there's another version. The additional version has his other book, From Poverty to Power, which is a fantastic book, and I would recommend everybody read that as well. I should probably do a video on that, but I'm not because I have a million video ideas I need to make. Okay, let me know if you got those books. It is The Silva Mind Control Method by Jose Silva. Being patient and living in the moment. Absolutely. You want to be patient because you don't want to negate the positive thinking that you did earlier when you were feeling what it is that you want. I did that to manifest my green Camaro, which I loved and had for 3 years. Awesome. The lady you were talking about on YouTube, it's Sophie. I thought it was Helen Hadsell is who I was talking about earlier. So let me know. You told me on the last live to comment on a vid so you can reach out. Should I comment the queue? Yeah, Kat. I comment. I'll just screenshot it. But if you don't hear from me tomorrow, there's an affirmation track for health that I want to send to you. How do you feel about speaking affirmations into water? Water has memory. I'm all for it. So there's on my. I'm going to answer 2 or 3 more questions, and then I think I'm going to sleep early today. So there is on my on my TikTok. There's the plant experiment. There's 2 of them. One, a guy takes 2 plants and he tells one of them, he goes, I love you. I want you to grow. I want you to be the best plant ever. And the other one, he tells it like, you're stupid. You better not grow. You're so dumb. Nobody likes you. You're so ugly. And so he does this for 30 days. And the one he says all these nice things to comes out all beautifully. And the one he says all these horrible things to comes out all messed up. It looks like it's dead. So that's one. 2, the same process works for you. So that was my first point. 2, there's what's the guy's name? Something is it Masaru Emoto's Messages in Water? He showed that when he would speak things to water, it would form beautiful crystals. But even if you're not into that stuff, these ideas are affecting your subconscious, which controls your beliefs, habits, and bodily functions. So I recommend speaking affirmations. And then you speak them into water. You say like, you're the best. Thank you. I love you. All this stuff. And then you drink it and it has an effect on you. Thank you, Po Bossa Much Godly. This content nice to Thank you. You're welcome. The water one, you already answered that. Do you have one? Yeah, I have on my, if you type in Tony Name Me, what is it? Tony Name Me, I think just type in Tony Name Me water. It should come up. On YouTube, it'll come up right away. Hello from Muskegon, Michigan. I'm from Michigan originally. So hello, good to have you here. Me manifested them because I'm right woman, but I'm okay, cool. Okay, so I'm just catching up with all the comments. Hi from San Diego. I'm a fan. Hello, Bianca. I'll follow you. I'm from San Diego as well. So let's be friends. I truly appreciate it. I'm on the cusp of greatness. Yeah, tell yourself you are great. I'm great. I'm succeeding. I'm soaring. I'm doing better than ever before. My future is better than my past. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way, my life is getting better and better. And start to affirm that. And as you put that in, that's what's going to express in your life. What do you think of Joe Dispenza? I love Joe Dispenza. He bridges the mystical with the scientific. And so I feel like he's a great bridge between the two. So it doesn't just seem like I'm talking nonsense. He shows how this stuff can really it actually works. Best way to get rid of anxiety and anxious thoughts. Yes. So what is anxiety? Anxiety is misplaced enthusiasm. It's energy that wants to go outwards constructively, but it's going inwards destructively. So if you're starting to feel anxious, the first thing I would recommend doing is get moving. Let that energy start flowing so it doesn't go inwards destructively. I would see this with guys all the time when I used to teach dating. They'd see a woman they like, they'd want to approach her, but then they'd get scared. And as a result, that initial stop, it would take all that excitement and it would go within them, and then they would build nerves. So I would tell them, when you see a woman, do see, walk, talk, or not. Meaning you see her, walk towards her, and you can either talk to her or not, but decide once you get there. Don't see her and then stop because it's going to make you nervous. So first thing is get moving, get yourself into motion. Second, if you're feeling anxious, instead of flexing your hope muscle, you're flexing your worry muscle, so to speak. You're predicting the future in a negative fashion, so it's making you anxious. Instead, tell yourself, again, I'm excited about my future. My future is better than my past. And show yourself bright images of you succeeding, and that'll make you feel more relaxed. Third, use your physiology. Take your hands and you can put them on your hips and stick your chest out. This is called a power pose. And I would just breathe deep in through your nose and in through your nose and out through your mouth, and take a few breaths like that. They've done studies at, I believe it was at Stanford, on the how your physiology affects your mind. It's actually called the James Lange theory. He said what you do with your body affects your mind. So when you stand in poses such as this, just take your hands. It's like the Wonder Woman pose. It'll signal to your brain, I'm powerful, I'm confident. And as a result, you'll feel less anxious and more in control of your life. Oh my God, I'm in that process right now to buy a house. Good to know. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. You're awesome. Thank you. You're awesome too. Okay, cool. I'm going to try that. Thank you. You're welcome. Do you do personal affirmation audios for clients? I used to all the time, but it's a lot of work for me. So if you want one, let me know. And I used to have like a set price, but I don't have one right now. So just send me a message with what you want help with, and we can work something out. So reminds me of the movie Shallow Hal. So that movie Shallow Hal, ironically, Hal is still shallow, because I'll explain why. Tony Robbins hypnotizes him that he's going to see the good within people and he'll be attracted to that. But he's seeing the good within them and then still visualizing them as attractive. And that's why he's attracted to them. So he didn't really change, ironically. Thank you for your knowledge. You're welcome. Someone said, hey, yo, AD, what's the best way to do that? Let me know what you mean and I'll answer it. Kat, you said, I watched your meditation on YouTube, loved it. How many times should we do it? It's just as many times as needed, and until you start seeing results, and your thinking starts to shift. And I want to send you a good affirmation track to enforce all the positive health ideas that meditation gives you. Thank you. You're welcome. Who did you learn or study from? So I studied from a few people. Oh, a bunch of questions came in. Good. I studied first. I was a licensed practitioner at the Agape International Spiritual Center. For those of you who have seen The Secret, it's the black guy with the dreadlocks. I studied under Michael Bernard Beckwith. He was one of my teachers. So there was him. Jose Silva of the Silva method, his top student, Hans de Jong, was one of my teachers. So I learned a bunch from him. He passed away not too long ago, but I freaking love him. I met him. It was weird. Always trust your intuition. I met him and I said, this man has 2, maybe 3 years left. And then I know he's going to be gone. So I went to every single event that I could possibly go to that he had, so I could just absorb everything he had so I could bring it to you guys. So all these meditations I put on that have changed the lives of tens of thousands of people, I got to give him credit for, and Jose Silva, because that comes from their work. Well, it comes from their work and one other person. There's a guy by the name of Dr. Thurman Fleet. He was this amazing, well, he was a chiropractor, this amazing chiropractor who lived in San Antonio in the, I would say in the 50s or 60s. And he developed a philosophy of thought called concept therapy. Concepts are your fixed ideas, those fixed ideas you have in your subconscious. Therapy meaning having healing qualities. So he would show you how to take your negative fixed ideas about life and replace them with new positive ideas so that they would manifest. So these new positive ideas would manifest in your life and your life would transform. So he makes up the crux of what it is that I teach and what I share with people. And so he's the biggest influence on me in terms of teaching. And then I've done all this stuff. I learned hypnosis from certain people. I would used to fly out to like anybody who was like a guru or teacher or mystic or any of that stuff. I would go and meet that person to see if he's real or not. And then I read a ton. Usually, usually if I don't read a lot, I read at least 30 books a year. If I read a lot, then it's probably double that. So, and I listen to stuff all day long and I'm constantly going to seminars all the time. So there's a lot of people that have influenced me. And I'm a big fan of Tony Robbins too. I love that man. You were awesome. Thank you. So are you. I love that movie. Oh, yeah. The secret is like easy gateway to all this other stuff. So I do think something. I always manifest something and happens. My idea of maybe is only causality comes how to control it. What do you mean? Let me know what you mean, Islam lore. So you manifest something and it happens. And your idea of maybe, are you saying like it's only a coincidence and you don't believe that it manifested? Tell yourself, if it manifested, say, I created this with my thoughts and I'm going to create more good from here on out. And that way you're excited to do more. So that's what I would do. Someone said, can you manifest for other people, for healing and better times? Absolutely, you can. So I'll tell a story. A friend of mine came to me recently and he's got a great job, but he's having a bunch of issues with his managers. Thank you for the rose. And he was about to quit his job. So this technique I got from Neville Goddard. So all you do is first put yourself in a relaxed state. And the reason I mentioned that is so that the barrier between your conscious mind and subconscious begins to open. See that person in front of you and see them telling you how good things are going. So let's say in the case of my friend, I imagine him telling me how things are going great with him and his bosses, how he loves his work and everything's going great. And I even pictured him in a specific shirt, a specific sweater. I don't know why, but that's what I saw him in. Then I congratulated him on his success. So a few days go by and I see my friend. And before I can give him a hug, he goes, wait, before you say anything, I just want to tell you everything worked out great with my bosses. And he was actually wearing the sweater that I imagined him in. So people think that they're taking actions based of their own volition, but you've caused things to be set into motion for them, so to speak, by what it is you're thinking. So all you have to do is just do that process. So I'll give you another example. A friend of mine, he was down on rough times, so to speak. And he called me and I told him, don't worry about anything. Like, I got it. And I just imagined him telling me about how great things are going, picturing him in great shape, him going to work and loving it. And he ended up getting a huge job offer and things just went in a totally different direction for him. So you can totally manifest for other people. You see that person in front of you telling you the good news. It's the opposite of whatever their negative condition is. You see them telling you how good they're doing. You congratulate them for their success, and then you release it. There's only one subconscious mind, meaning there's only one power back of everything. And what you impress upon it will be expressed for other people. Good question and good answer. So I've been expressing what I need into the universe and it's been coming. Perfect. And just keep doing that. And it's going to come more and more and more in greater abundance. Hi, I'm from Averhale Dayan from Minnesota. What's up from Minnesota? Thank you for the roses. Oh, that's Andrew. That's my boy, Andrew. Be sure to follow him. He's an amazing man with the most majestic beard that God has ever created. So my beard one day hopes to become like his. So is Uncle Tom your dad? Yes, he is. So that means you know my dad. That's funny. Oh, Artie's here. What up, Artie? And you can follow Artie and Andrew. They're two of my boys, so I'm glad they're here. Christine Pinero. Oh, hi, Christine. Good to see you on here. I'll give you a follow. Is this who I think it is? I don't know, but either way, I'll give you a follow. So, wow. So there is no Deja Vu. I'm not sure about that, but I'm not gonna answer that one. It helped me. How did you afford to train? I don't know. The money always came up. And instead of spending my money on like bars or trips, like other guys would go on vacations, I was like going to see some freaking like guru or going to some seminar, something like that. I was doing all kinds of odd jobs. I would teach dating seminars. I would I don't know. I was always like trying to find some way to come up with the money to go to these events. So what's poppin', son? What's happening, gangsta? Hello. Thank you. I only did 3 videos one time a day. Gonna try more. Okay. What's the best way to get rid of those negative blocks? Whatever the negative blocks are, here's a good exercise for everybody. Write out, grab a pen and paper, and write on the left side. You can write, actually on the right side, write negative blocks. I say the right side because a lot of people, when they think of the past, they put it on the right. So I'm going to say put on the right side, put negative beliefs. Now write out all your negative beliefs, whatever they are. And then on the right side, write out all your positive beliefs or all the positive beliefs you want. So whatever your negative belief is, like let's say you say, I'm always late. Its positive opposite would be, I'm always on time. So then you have all these positive beliefs, you have all your negative beliefs, and then write out, what is all the pain I feel by believing these negative beliefs? And spend 5 minutes really writing that out. Now, shake yourself off after doing that, and then write, what is all the pleasure I'll feel by believing these positive beliefs? And then spend 5 minutes writing that out. You'll have rewired your subconscious to start avoiding those negative thoughts and to start believing these positive thoughts. And then every day I would rip the paper in half, throw away the negative stuff. And every day for the next 60 days, thank you for the roses. Every day for the next 60 days or so, just read those positive beliefs to yourself over and over and over. What is a belief? A belief is just a thought you've thought over and over and over again. That's what's great about it is you can just start thinking something new over and over and over again, and it'll start to get impressed on your subconscious and start to manifest in your life. So that's an easy, simple way to get rid of any negative blocks, any limiting beliefs. Can someone manifest more than one thing at a time? Absolutely. You're manifesting for your health, for your wealth, for your career, but I'll say, and you can, if it's easier for you, just focus on one thing. If it's easier for you, or you can focus on one thing if it's a really big deal to you, or you can, every day I see myself as healthy. I see what I want for money and I just do it really fast. Like the whole thing takes 5 minutes and I just visualize for every area of my life. How do I manifest my business to kick off? I would imagine, what would it look like I would ask myself, what would it feel like if my business was successful, if it was booming, and see that and feel into that and I would see that every day and start to affirm that my business is kicking off. Customers love me. I love my customers. I'm busier than ever before. And keep impressing that idea on your subconscious. Keep imagining it, keep seeing it and affirming it. And then that vibration will shift things. And then from there, take whatever actions you feel inspired to do. A friend of mine came to me one day because he said he was really stressed because he wanted more business. So he's like, Tony, I need more business. Things are really slow. And I was like, no, they're not. They're busy from here on out. And he's like, what? I said, we're going to work with your subconscious. I hypnotized him. I put him under, and you don't need to go see a hypnotist. You can just do the method I mentioned earlier of taking a few deep breaths and then counting down from 10 to 1 or 20 to 1 slowly. And I kept having him imagine that his business was booming, that he's doing better than ever. His business is more successful than it's ever been. And so every week I would see him, and I would hypnotize this group that I used to get together with, and I would give him those ideas. And then I didn't see him for like 2 or 3 months, maybe. And I said, hey, how's everything? And he's like, oh, it's great. He's like, business is booming. It's better than it's ever been before. He said, my only problem now is I need employees to keep up with the demand. So I said, okay, well, that's what we'll put in too. That you have the right employees, the business keeps growing, and I made him I didn't make him a ton of money. He manifested a ton of money for himself. So it's that simple. Okay, how do I manifest? So, okay, I answered that. Can we talk more about deja vu? Yes. I would say, so you have an image of what it is you want that you've been focusing your subconscious to focus on. And so it'll start, this is according to Neville Goddard. This is his theory. So he says you have an idea of what it is you want. So it starts showing you signs of it taking place in your life. Now, deja vu, where something happens and you feel like it's happened before, I can get it's going to be like totally theoretical. If I get into it, it's going to get too way off topic. So if you want, send me a comment or like send me a message and I'll explain it to you privately. Unless you guys want me to get way off track, I can start talking about it. How do you manifest weight loss? I mentioned I got into that in depth earlier, but just YouTube Tony Namey, best shape of your life. So Tony Namey, best shape of your life, and I have a guided meditation to just walk you through all of that. We'll put in, we'll show your subconscious your ideal weight, your ideal size, the best forms of exercise. We'll get rid of any subconscious blocks. I'll put a number of positive suggestions in your subconscious for ideal weight and health, and you'll be rocking and rolling. Can you manifest for me so I can win the lotto? My only thing with that is I have certain beliefs about the odds of you winning the lotto, and so I don't know if it would work. So I know it's possible. I just don't know. But I mean, if anything's possible. I won a Tony Robbins contest. He had 118,000 people enter a contest to win a ticket to one of his events. And the first place ticket was a $5,000. The first place ticket was a ticket to a $5,000 event. The second place ticket was a $1,000 ticket, and I won it. So it is possible. You can defy the odds. I just don't know. I would have to focus on it and really feel it, and you would too. So, but I'm not going to try because I have so many people asking me for that right now. You said, I'm in pain. Geez. What are you in pain about? Let me know so I can recommend something. Wait, what? How though? If you can manifest for someone, then how? Wait, then how is there? Let me know what you mean. Look, oh, so you asked me how can you manifest for someone? So the theory is you have your conscious mind and your subconscious, and by impressing what it is you want for them on your subconscious, they have a conscious mind, the subconscious that's one with your subconscious. There's only one life back of everything. And as you impress it upon your subconscious, it expresses in their conscious mind. And they'll take actions and create things based on what it is you're showing yourself of them, doing. That's one. Two, there is the law of vibration. Thoughts affect things. So you're sending them all this positive energy, and they're going to start being affected of it. You're raising their vibration to a higher level. And so according to that higher level, they're going to start manifesting stuff. I do all kinds of good experiments with friends of mine. So I was in a prayer class. It was, let's say there's 18 people in the class. So I said, I took a group of us and I said, every week, let's pray for somebody in the class without them knowing about it. So we would pray, like 7 of us would pray, just bombard this person with prayer every day for 7 days. And every week the class would get together and they'd say, oh, how was, like your week? And everybody would go around and share their, manifestations if they had one. And everyone we prayed for would be like, I don't know what happened this week, but like, I can't, like this money showed up in my life and like the love of my life came back. And like, they would list all these things. And it was just us bombarding them, well, it was more than just the vibration. We were impressing our subconscious with all these positive ideas about this person, and their lives would change. So it's very powerful. Hello, from Hawaii. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. Let me see if there's any other questions. If there is not, I will let everybody sleep. And if there is, then I will answer those, and then I'm going to let myself sleep. They have to want whatever you're manifesting, but they have to want it though, right? So I say what Charles Hannell says. So if it's because remember, your subconscious is infinitely intelligent. So if it's in accordance with life's movement for them, then it'll manifest for them. If it's not, then if they're not going to be a vibrational match to it anyways. So it's like if you mail somebody a letter and they don't want it or they don't accept it, it's just going to return back to you. So you don't want to send them anything negative, and which I don't think anybody on this TikTok live would do. And also, if it's not in their highest interest, I don't think it's going to manifest for them. That's what Charles Hannell says, and that's what I've seen. So like, let's say I'm just imagining that like Shani Love is like going to go rob a bank, and I'm feeling into that. It's not going to affect her. And by the way, if any of you, if there's ever a time that you feel off, like let's say you're in a good mood and you feel off and you don't know why. I got this, by the way, from Ishmael Tete, this amazing African mystic. He said, if you're in a good mood and suddenly you feel off and you don't know why, he said, it's somebody that you're in resonance with who is having a bad day and they're projecting negative energy out and it's affecting you. So just tell yourself, I take this negative energy and I replace it with love and I return it to its source. I take this negative energy, I replace it with peace and I return it to its source. And you'll feel better and they'll feel better. So, and then once you start to get really perceptive to energy, you'll be able to guess who it is and you can call them, or you can just do that exercise. By the way, that's a good, I'm going to make a video about that because it's a good exercise. Can people do that, be in the negative? No, because they're not going to be a match to what it is they want. I mean, excuse me, to the other person, unless that other person is negative too. But if you're sending people someone negative energy, there's a law of compensation. For any amount of energy put out, a like amount must be taken on. So you're only going to harm yourself. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. Can you pray for my health, please? Yeah, if you like, I can do it at the end of this. How do you remove the negative energy when doing law of attraction? Your natural state is one of well-being. So it's not about removing negative energy. It's about taking your attention off what's negative and focusing on what's going right in your life, or just meditating and being peaceful. So your natural state of well-being will start to rise to the surface. So there's not something that's keeping your good from you. It's you keeping your good from you by focusing on that which isn't working, or the lack of that which you currently possess. So focus on what feels good to you, what feels right, and you'll flow your energy properly. I feel like it's duality. There's a law. So someone said, I feel like it's duality. So there's a law of polarity. So, there's tall and short. It's the unit of known as height. There's hot and cold. It's the unit known as temperature. So you can use this duality in your favor. However negative something is, that's how much potential is good for there. So anytime something negative happens, ask yourself, what is the good in this? So, and it's always there. I'm thinking of Napoleon Hill. He said, within every negative event is the seed of an equal or greater benefit. So I'll give you an example from his own life. And thank you for the rose. He said, when his child was born, one of his sons was born, and he was born without ears, and his wife was freaking out. And right away, Napoleon Hill thought to what he teaches. He thought, like, do I believe what I teach, or is it nonsense? And he said, thank you for the likes. He said, within every negative event is a seed of an equal or greater benefit. So he refused to see his son as somebody who had been impoverished by nature. He said, nature never brings anybody something unless there's some type of good within it. There has to be, according to the law of polarity. So his son, he saw his son as a successful person. They found out that his son could hear slightly, even though in spite his ears weren't fully there. And his son ended up being one of the top salespeople for hearing aids in the United States and helped popularize the device in the United States. So he changed all these lives and he made millions of dollars as a result of it. So that seemingly huge negative event allowed him to create a tremendous amount of good in his life. So anytime something negative occurs in your life, thank you for the rose, in your life or the life of someone else, ask yourself, what's the good in this? And simply by asking yourself and looking for it through the law of vibration, you've put forth some good and the universe will match it. And you just move yourself up the scale. Can you protect yourself? I mean, for you to protect yourself, it has to, hold on 1 second. I'm going to do some high level. I'm going to give you some high, that's beautiful. Thank you. I'm going to give you some high level metaphysical knowledge here. So for me to think that I'm under attack would mean a belief that there is something attacking me. Everybody's a projection of me. So I just need to tell myself that the people in my life are loving, joyful, peaceful, harmonious, and so am I. And that energy will manifest for me people that reflect back to me those thoughts. There's nothing that I need to protect myself from, so to speak, because everybody's a reflection of my own consciousness. Let me know if that helps. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. How to find what you truly want to manifest. My goals keep changing. Ask yourself, if your goals keep changing, this is what I would recommend doing. I would write out your top 30 or 100 goals, and then I'd write out your top 30 or 100 goals, and then I would organize them in order of importance. And whatever is, like number one, have it there and just write them all out and then see what's the most important, then focus on those most important ones. So that's what I would do. And to find what you truly want, just start seeing what brings you joy. What are your passions? What do you like to do? And if you're not sure, write out, I don't want. Write out whatever you don't want, and whatever its opposite is what you do want. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, I manifested my SP back then. He blocked me. So you can always manifest them again. Just see the end result of what it is you want. But more importantly than that, I would write out my relationship with them if you're trying to manifest them, and write out how he is in the relationship now and how you are in the relationship now. So you're changing that idea about how relationships are within your consciousness, and then feel the end result. And then you'll be putting forth an energy, and you'll either manifest him, or you'll manifest somebody else that matches up with them. A lot of people, they're manifesting their SP back, but they haven't shifted anything with, they're doing these techniques to manifest their SP back, but they're not changing anything about their ideas about relationship or their ideas about themselves or about their SP. So they're just manifesting their SP back. They create the same type of shitty relationship they had before, and then their SP leaves. And then they want to do the technique again. So they're like having this yo-yo effect on them and their SP. So don't be like that. Write out my relationship with my SP, or my relationship, my ideal relationship. List it out, see it, feel into it, and then and list out how you are in it and how your SP is in it, and then or your person is in it, and then that way you manifest from you become a conscious manifester. A lot of people, they're just unconsciously recreating whatever they were shown as a child. For example, if their parents always fought, or I'll give you an example. A client came to me and she, her mom married her dad because her dad was wealthy. So she was going to marry this guy because he was wealthy. And I said, do you want to marry him? And she's like, no, of course not. I was like, all right, well then don't marry him. I mean, it's that simple. And so we got clear on what she wants from a relationship. We changed our ideas about what men are, what marriage are. Thank you for the fire. What men are, what marriage is about. And then she left him. She sent me a message about maybe less than a year later. She met somebody and she was happily engaged, and her SP had met somebody, or not her SP, her ex-fiance had met somebody, and he was now happily engaged, and they were totally harmonious. I said, we're going to put it that this works out for both of your highest goods, and that it's totally amicable and like cordial. So they're still cool. They didn't end up hating each other, and they both ended up marrying the right people for them. But prior to that, she was just unconsciously recreating, or maybe consciously recreating what her parents had modeled for her. So don't be like them. Change yourself so that when they come back, that you're better than before. And also in the interim, work on yourself. Read books. Deal with your issues, your triggers, whatever it is that's stopping you from being your best. Grow to such a high height that you might not even want them anymore. You'll want something better and healthier for yourself. Or if they come back, it matches your new vibration and it is healthier for you. I can read people's subconscious minds. I don't know if you're joking or if you're serious, but there are some people who can. They pick up on the energy, and that's what a lot of people who are like psychics or fortune tellers do. They're picking up on your vibrations you're putting forth and telling you about them. Okay, cool. I think that's everybody's questions. Oh, no, a bunch of questions came in. Okay, SP equals specific person. Yes. Can you explain revision? Yes. And SP is a specific person. I have like 5 goals. I usually only have like 3 or 4 main goals, because then it just becomes too many. I can't concentrate on them. Okay, cool. I love esoterics. Me too. I love all this stuff. Can I explain revision? So this will be the last question I think I'm going to do, and then I will let everybody go to sleep. So revision is you go back. So there's 2 forms of revision. There's Neville Goddard's version, where he said, this is his theory. He says you go back and you revise. He has an article called The Pruning Shears of Revision, where he says that you go back to a negative event and you see it going the way that you wanted it to go. And he believes that it would adjust everything from that moment in time all the way to the present. Now, I've never had that happen, but what I like to do is I go back to the event that happened and I imagine it going how I wanted it to go. And then whenever I think about the event, I just think of it in the positive, how it went now. And as a result, it strengthens my subconscious beliefs about myself. So that's how I use revision. And then I think that's it. If you guys want, my son Rowan requires 24-hour care and has caught COVID. Could you add him to the prayer? Thanks. Absolutely. And the Grinch mom, what is your name? Oh, it's Rachel. So, okay. Well, I'll pray for you both before I conclude. And if anybody wants prayer for anything, I'll end with a prayer to conclude this session. So just let me know. If I had to give you 3 mantras for the next day, what would they be? The first, it's going to sound so simplistic, but it's freaking magic. I like myself. Repeat it every day. Beat it into your freaking head like a drum. I like myself. I like myself. I like myself. I like myself. I got this from Brian Tracy, the famous self-help teacher. He came up with the program, The Psychology of Personal Achievement. He said, when you affirm over and over, I like myself, he said, this concept, it's an all-inclusive affirmation. It goes into your subconscious and it'll heal all of your limiting subconscious beliefs about yourself. Now, why I like myself as opposed to I love myself because there's people in your life you love, but you don't actually like them. So I say I like myself. You can also enhance it by saying I love myself as well, but that would be the first one. Good question, by the way. I'm going to make a video about this. So I like myself. Second one would be every day in every way, I'm getting better, better, and better. So every day in every way, I'm getting better, better, and better. I got this from Emile Coué, the famous French psychologist who wrote the book Self-Mastery Through Conscious Autosuggestion. It's one of my favorite affirmations. I like all-inclusive affirmations. He said, your subconscious, being infinitely intelligent, knows exactly how to make you better every day and in every way. So say it 20 times upon awakening, 20 times prior to going to sleep. Those would be the first two. So I like myself every day and every way. I'm getting better and better. The third one, just to keep it simple, I would say I'm asserting the mastery of my real self. So I am asserting the mastery of my real self. I got that from William Walker Atkinson. He said, if you say this to yourself, he said, say it every hour on the hour. And he said, if you say this to yourself and a year from now, you'll look back at who you were and you'll pity yourself for how like low you were compared to the being that you become. So if you want some health ones, you could say, I'm getting strong and well. I am manifesting health. So I'm getting strong and well. I am manifesting health. Another one is I am looking better. I am feeling better. I am doing better. So those would be some health ones. But if you or you can say all five of those. But the main three, I like myself every day and every way. I'm getting better and better. I'm asserting the mastery of my real self. And then I'm getting strong and well. I'm manifesting health. And then lastly, I'm looking better. I'm doing better. I'm feeling better. And those would be the next. If you just repeat all of those for the next week, you're gonna have a great week. And then, oh, okay, good, all right. And then somebody, I said, okay, good, in response to you saying, not joking. And oh yeah, I always say, if you want to radically change your life, start by radically changing your thoughts. So start affirming those over and over and over and over again, and watch what starts to manifest in your life as a result of them. Also, because it's not as big of a step to loving yourself, so your mind won't reject. Exactly. Yeah, you like yourself. Some people still, they don't even like themselves. There's so many people that are walking around with negative self-images that unfortunately were created when they were a kid based on something stupid that somebody did to them. So don't be like that. Start to affirm that you like yourself. If you like yourself, you're going to respect yourself. You'll love yourself. You'll have healthy boundaries. You'll take the good actions. So start to affirm that. If you want to really challenge yourself, tell yourself, I like myself. I love myself. I respect myself. I give a warning to the I respect myself, because if you start telling yourself I respect myself, you're not going to put up with any of the stuff that you had heretofore been putting up with in your life. So it'll change things. Clarity on aligned direction. You're amazing. Thank you. So, okay, cool. I will. Okay, so I'm going to pray us out. How many times? I would do it, if you want to keep it simple, I would just look myself in the mirror and I would say each one 3 to 5 times. You know, if you want, you can do it more. If it starts to become too boring, then don't. Just let it pump you up. So I like myself. I like myself. I like myself. I do it in the mirror. I go, I like myself. I like myself. I like myself. I like myself. I like, and I just say it, and then it starts building my energy. And I'll do it 10 or 20 times. Then I'll say every day and every way, I'm getting better and better. I do my affirmations for 5 or 10 minutes in the morning because I want to take control of my subconscious mind. I want to put so much stuff in there that I cause a permanent indentation in my thinking. So I'm constantly focused on the positive, because your subconscious or your mind is just like your body. If you don't put stuff in it, it's just going to go back to its default state of being. Just like if you don't exercise your body, it's going to get out of shape and go back to its default state, which is not one of total health. So every day I bombard my subconscious with positive ideas. So, but whatever is ideal for you. But, you know, it could be 3 times, 5 times, 10 times. Or you can relax and put yourself in the relaxed state, and then you can just say each one time or a few times. Because one affirmation done at a deeper state of consciousness is the equivalent of you doing it hundreds of times in your awake state. All right, so I'm going to pray us out. I just want to, so Rachel's son, Rowan, I'm going to pray for him. And then anybody else want me to include anything in the prayer before we go? I'll include clarity. And if there's nothing else, then I'll just get us rocking and rolling, and we will fly high. Hello, little girl, Sugar. Okay, cool. And then, yeah, I'm getting strong and well. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm getting strong and well. I am manifesting health. I have a video about that, by the way. The guy says, if you want, it's by Dr. Thurman Fleet. And he says, if you want something healed, he said, imagine yourself as healthy. So imagine it healed. He said 9 out of 10 times, just you imagining it's healed will start to do the trick. Then he said, command your subconscious to do what it is you want. So tell yourself. Subconscious, or tell your subconscious, heal whatever the issue is. If it's your knee, say, heal this knee now. Get to work and heal it. And then after that, he said, as you go through your day, instead of thinking about the old injury or whatever it was, tell yourself, I'm getting strong and well. I'm manifesting health. And he said 9 out of 10 times, that's enough to get you a healing. He said just imaging it 9 out of 10 times is enough. So it's almost as if you had a miraculous healing. But what it is you're impressing these ideas of health upon your subconscious, which is going to manifest it now. Anna, my health, please. Absolutely. Okay. Self-love. Prayer for knowing I'm free and worthy, please. Absolutely. Thank you for the mic. Peace of mind with finances. Need a new job, paying well. I am not working at this time. Absolutely. Okay. Let me just drink some water really quick, and then we're going to fly high. And thank you for the rose. And thank you guys for the likes, for showing up tonight. I appreciate that. It feels good to talk to a crowd, as opposed to like if there's like 2 people on the feed, and then it wouldn't. I would still bring my best, but I don't know if I would be as excited. So, thank you. Okay. Thank you, and thank you for all the likes. All right, cool. So I just want to make sure I have everybody. I have everything. Prayers for know you're worthy and free. Self-love, finances, and then for Rowan and Rachel, and then that's it. I prayed for this guy yesterday, and I didn't realize it till after he said, my name is Luigi and my dog Mario passed away. So I prayed for his dog. And then after I finished, I was like, wait a minute. I think that was just a guy messing with me, but somebody's dog is going to get that blessing. My dreams to come true. Okay. The negative people and negative thoughts. I'm going to pray for you to have such positivity that's what you radiate out. Because if you're seeing negative people, they're a reflection of your consciousness. Health, please. Okay. You got it. Aloha. Hi, Salty Sister. Good name. So, okay. So we're going to get started. So everybody go ahead and close your eyes now and just take an easy, gentle breath. And take another deep cleansing breath, just letting go of anything that came before this moment. And take one more deep cleansing breath, breathing in the breath of God now. So I start all prayers with gratitude to anchor in the right feeling, tone, and vibration. So I am grateful. Grateful for the discussion that came about here today. Grateful for this technology known as TikTok and for this spiritual technology known as prayer. Grateful for each and every one of these individuals who brought their consciousness to this live so it could unfold in the way it unfolded here today. Grateful for my boys, Artie and Andrew, who showed up, and Candace as well, and my other friends here that are on this live. Both those I have seen and both those I have not seen before, my virtual friends, so to speak. And from this place of gratitude, I recognize that God is all that there is. There's only one power, one presence, one activity taking place in my life and the lives of everyone on this live, and the lives of their friends and family, and that is God. And I recognize that God is peace and harmony. There is no stress or tension within God. God is perfect harmony, perfect flow. God is that infinite good, that infinite love that is constantly creating all more good out of itself, working everything together for everyone's best and highest good. I recognize God is infinite intelligence and wisdom and knows all, it sees all, it is all. I recognize that God is abundance and success, infinite overflowing good, that divine success that can never fail, that always creates more good out of itself. And I recognize that God is wholeness and perfection. There is nothing lacking or missing within God. God is whole, perfect, and complete, all powerful, infinitely powerful, perfect in every way, shape, and form. And as this is true of me, I know this to be the absolute truth of everybody on this live's being. I claim and call forth for everyone on this live the infinite wholeness and perfection flowing through every cell, muscle, tissue, organ, and function of their body temples, the body of their affairs, their emotional bodies, their financial bodies, all of their life structures now reflecting God's wholeness and perfection in this moment. Where Anna is, where Rowan is, where Rachel is. I claim and call for such wholeness and perfection in the body temple that when they see their body, they look at it in awe. They marvel. They see God's wholeness and perfection now. Again, regardless of any doctor's diagnosis, I claim and call forth a spiritual prognosis of wholeness and perfection flowing through the body temple right here and right now. I claim and call forth abundance and success for each and every individual in this live and everyone who tuned in today. Such abundance, such success that anything they put their hands to turns to gold. Everywhere they look, they see opportunity after opportunity. And the infinite intelligence and wisdom of God guides them so that they make the most of every opportunity in their lives. Perfect health, abundant, loving relationships, overflowing infinite abundance, the perfect divine right relationships, perfect divine right housing. I claim and call forth perfect divine right employment for the person who asked me about employment. Such the infinite intelligence and wisdom guiding that person to such perfect divine right employment. And the same for anyone else who is looking for employment now, that they are perfectly matched up. That divine manager of good, God, perfectly placing these people in the right occupations and positions, the perfect salary, the perfect hour, so that everything works together and all of life is uplifted as a result of the good work they're doing. I claim and call forth for everyone here, all needs met, the infinite intelligence and wisdom guiding them, lifting them up, raising them to higher heights than they have ever been before. I claim and call forth peace and harmony, everything working together for their good. Anything of a negative, discordant nature has no place in the lives, in the people who are on this live right here and right now. Anything of a negative, discordant nature tossed back into the nothingness from which it came. For right where these people are, God is in its fullness and its luminosity now. So I give thanks that as everyone goes forward, they go forward better than they were before. I give thanks that as everyone goes forward, they go forward in the spirit of God, that spirit of infinite love, knowing who they are and what they are. I give thanks that as they go forward, that God's divine spirit of infinite intelligence and wisdom guides them to that which is best, highest, and right for them. And I release this prayer now. I take my hands and I allow it to be, knowing that it does not return empty nor void, but it is answered better, brighter, and more loving, joyful, and joy-filled ways than anything I could have said. So I take my hands off it. I release it. I allow it to be. And I say, and so it is. Amen. Awesome. So we put something into motion. Hey, you're welcome. Thank you, everybody. So stay in this energy, allow yourself to relax in it. Trust that good things are happening because they are. We've tapped in or tuned in to something higher, that spirit of God, that infinite good. So that's what's flowing in your life. You knocked that prayer out the park. Thank you. Namaste. Awesome. It is so, yes. So this is what's flowing in your life now. Oh, infinite good, infinite intelligence, wisdom, infinite good. It's taking place for you now. So you allow yourself to rest or to go about your day in this energy. And I will be back. I don't know when I'll be back on the live. I do it at random, but if you guys need anything, I'm here for all of you. If you don't follow me, please do. I do talks like this fairly often. I put up videos almost every day, things of a positive, inspirational nature. I want you to be your best. Thank you for the roses and for the gifts. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. And if you want more, I have my Udemy course. It's only $15. This is going to be my little plug. It's only $15 on Udemy. It's 8 hours. So I cover everything, the A to Z of metaphysics. I'm a little bit more structured and I'm not as high, high energy because I have to teach. And I'm always high energy when I teach, but I'm following a format. This is right on time. Awesome. And then I also have my book, How to Manifest Your Dream Life. And if any of you want a one-on-one session, feel free to contact me. We can set that up. And if you need anything, send me a comment or send me a message. I don't know if TikTok's letting people message me, but because I think I have to follow you, but feel free to leave me a comment on one of my videos. And if I can help you out, I definitely will. So, all right, this has been great. And thank you, everybody. You're all awesome. And I'm glad we had a good turnout. We have 80 people in here and a lot of people who came throughout the day or throughout the night. And this has been awesome. So thank you, everybody. Cool. 3,000 people. Oops. I'm still on live.